Hey,
Hey, all right, hello. We're live. It is Wednesday. It is noon if you're on the Pacific Coast. Yeah. If you're if you're on the West Coast, the Pacific Coast, whatever coast, and it means it's time for another Courier Live. And today I'm joined once again with Shai from Contentful, and we're going to continue hacking on this MTag that we started on the Contentful developer stream yesterday. Shai, do you want to introduce yourselves and
yeah, I'd love to.
say a thing or two?
Just two things. Okay. Hi, I'm Shai. I'm a developer evangelist at Contentful. Contentful, if you haven't heard of it, is a content infrastructure platform, kind of like a headless content management system. I mostly, for fun, like building dumb IoT stuff. And Adrian and I have found a pretty cool thing that not only gives us an excuse to hang out again on work time, but also make both of our products use it, and I think it's actually pretty cool as well. So yeah, we're messing around with this MagTag thing that I think is super nifty.
Yeah, it's very cool. Like all the things, because you said it has an accelerometer.
It does.
It has a display with is it e-ink? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's an e-ink display, and so it's a super low power. It has like a built-in like deep sleep mode, so you can theoretically like keep it going for like a couple of weeks at a time. Something I learned when I was doing a bit of cleanup after yesterday is that they just added the ability to wake up from deep sleep using buttons or like accelerometer stuff. So it used to be that you had to deep sleep and give it a time and then it would come back, but now you can do like an actual like proper Kindle style deep sleep where it's just off until you hit that button, which I think is really cool.
Can you do like shake to wake, like you pick it up?
Yeah. You could do like any accelerometer action. So the example they have on their docs is a like one of those old school clean dirty things for your dishwasher where you flip it and it'll switch, and it's just asleep the rest of the time. So in theory, like it's consuming basically no power during that period, because once you burn the e-ink or you write the e-ink, it's just like power to just have enough to pay attention for the thing to bring it out of deep sleep, and otherwise it's consuming very little power, which is really cool.
That is cool. Yeah, like we need to get it to the point where we can, what is it, bop it, flick it, shake it, twist it, pass it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and it has some cool stuff in, like it has a light sensor, which I haven't messed with. It has like I got the buttons working yesterday, so right now they're displaying, like they're messing with the LEDs, and it can make sounds, which I have turned off because they're very loud and very annoying, but it can do that.
Yeah, so a quick recap of what we got done yesterday. We hooked this up, and it is pulling a random developer blog post from Contentful, and it's displaying this information on the screen. Was there anything else that we set up?
Yeah, so we hit the Contentful API. We got blogs from the developer blogs, and we just had it rendering nicely. So when we wrapped it up yesterday, there was a bit of nonsense with how the text looked, and so I cleaned that up off stream. I just wasn't so we were using a word wrap function, and we had too many characters, so the text was shifting up, and so if I just limited it to 170 characters, it fixed it. And yeah, so like we're pulling in data, and it's coming from like the, not the live production Contentful thing, but I made a little export of the actual Contentful blog, and so it's like maybe a couple months out of date, but it's good enough for me.
So I mean, we got something from the end of end of last month, so not too bad.
Yeah.
And so today we want to continue playing with this, and I think we're going to make some of these buttons work, and we're going to hook it up to be able to notify people using Courier. And I think the notification channel that we're going to choose today is sending a message to a Discord channel. So, and it's something I should have put out there. We're going to be playing in the Courier Discord. So if you if you want to jump in and play around with what we're doing and actually see it on your own screen, I guess everything's on your own screen. You can join, and I will put this link out, discord.gg/courier. And now I can do this. Hey. So that is the link to join our Discord. Welcome, come talk to other Courier customers, Courier engineers, hang out. It'd be fun. All right. And all right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show your screen.
Cool.
This is your screen warning. We'll move him up to the top.
I figured we should let the Discord know that we're talking about them, so that's my alert. I feel like it's not. We shouldn't be talking about them behind their back. We should be pretty upfront about it.
No, that's cool. Yeah, we're fine with it. All right, so where do we want to start today?
Yeah, so I figure this is going to be an interesting. So the fun stuff about IoT that I'm really into is that you really have to be very, I think, smart about like how you hit things or how you do things. And we were talking about this yesterday about how doing IoT stuff is kind of like coding back from 20 years ago when you like really were constrained with things like memory and time. And so like, I know we've messed around with the Python SDK before, but we can't really do that because we would need to take the Python SDK. We would have to compile it into an MPY file. We'd have to import it to the board. And I don't actually know how like heavy that library is or like how dependency driven that library is. And like, it might be totally reasonable for like a server or something like that, but this is a tiny little circuit board. And so like, I think maybe the best place to go is to actually take a look at the documentation for just standard like GET and POST requests.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Python library that we have is just a wrapper around our API, which is a RESTful API. It is pretty feature complete. So like every endpoint that we have has, a function. Yeah. And so it is probably a bit overkill for just wanting to do this. So yeah, let's, do you want to pull up docs.courier.com?
Yeah, let's do it. And just a quick shout out. If anyone wants to see the code that we wrote yesterday, I just pushed it all up to GitHub. It's at github.com/shy, and then just look up the MagTag repo if you want to go take a look. So it's docs.courier.com.
Yep. And then if you click on API reference at the top.
API reference.
Or on the side, either of them work. Let's go down to the Send API because that's the one that we're going to be concerned with today.
Awesome.
And it is just a
post request. Yeah, I like request.
It's a pretty simple one too. So it's just /send, and then we can actually send very minimal information to it. Yeah. And so all we need is an event, which is just going to be an ID of our choosing, and we can map it to the notification that we create. Yeah. And then we'll need a recipient ID, which is something that we can come up with. And then we need the profile information. So this is information about Discord, so we know where to send it. And then any additional data that we want to be able to pass in when we're creating the message. Yeah. And one thing we can do to make this smaller is we can create the profile outside of this, so that way all we have to do is give it a recipient ID and cut down, what.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So let's trying to think, where should we start? Let's go ahead.
Go. You're in charge. You're in charge.
I was going to say, let's go ahead and update the code.
Yeah, let's do it. So you mean the MagTag code or the example code?
Yeah, the MagTag code.
Cool. So
did you want to show off what you did to get the button?
Yeah. So what I don't even see that. So yeah, yesterday, let me do a quick run through of the code just for folks that might just be catching part one. So we start off with a bunch of imports. We initiate the MagTag. We pull in our secret. So we've got a secrets.py file that hopefully I don't show on stream. And we pull in our secrets. We hook up to the Wi-Fi in my apartment. We instantiate the request library. Adafruit has their own internal version of requests, which at least from what I'm looking, behaves very similarly to the standard request library. So I imagine it's just a stripped down version, but it's still pretty cool that they made their own. We build our endpoint, which I imagine we'll probably have to redo. We set our headers, which again, I imagine we will probably have to redo. Here, we're using the Contentful GraphQL API. So with Contentful, you can actually make we have SDKs, and we also have, a standard HTTP RESTful API, but we're using GraphQL here because we're trying to keep the memory footprint of the responses that we're getting back as small as possible. And so we're using GraphQL because we can specifically go in and say, only give us the information that we need and ignore everything else. So we get a list of the last 100 blog posts. We request the IDs. We pick one of them at random. And then we go reach out to the GraphQL API again with that ID, and we get the relevant information that we need. So title, publish date, as well. We make a request to that. We make that request, and then we start putting text on the thing. So we've got our title, our author, which I cleaned up as well. So now if there's multiple authors, it'll show both of them.
Ooh.
We have a publish date, which I cleaned up. So it says, a month rather than just like numbers. So it's a little cleaner. And then we also internally on the MagTag, I print out what the URL is. So just like put the URL together, it's like contentful.com/blog, the dates, and then the slug as well. So that gets printed to my console, and will, I imagine, be using that later. And then, the last thing I did was I just played around with some, after we have all the screen set, I have it just do some color stuff. And so I was looking at some of their examples earlier. What I do is I start just a while loop. So there's a while loop permanently running on this thing that is just listening for events. I actually don't know what the cadence of that while loop is, or like how fast it's running. But I do a quick little, if the button is pressed, then turn the lights on, just go through and do a little loop, sleep for a quarter of a second, and then turn it off and just loop through. And so that's the last thing I did, was just these lights, because I figured that'll be like a nice little way that we know that the lights actually work, and maybe we can use them later to show like a loading indicator or something like that, like while the request is hanging as well. Which is pretty cool.
Nice. So from here, let's start creating that post request to Courier, because the cool thing about Courier is like we can send things. So like once we get it set up, we can send things, and even if we don't have a notification created or the recipient pulled out, we can still see it show up in the logs. So we can at least know, like, kind of step by step, like iteratively, that it's working. So let's start building what we need to do the post request. So it's just going to be a post request to api.courier.com/send. It's, well, HTTPS, of course, and it's going to use bearer auth token.
So let's go ahead and set that all up here, and I'm just going to go ahead and overwrite my existing endpoints because we don't really need it stored in memory anymore.
Sounds
right.
Yeah. So reduce, reuse, recycle.
Exactly. So here we've got endpoint, and we're going to be using the Courier once. Let me move my Firefox a little closer. So Firefox, not Firefox, Courier. And then we're just going to be sending that token as a bearer token.
Yeah. So the auth token that you copied earlier and put into your secrets.
So let me get rid of the string formatting there. And let me go pull up the headers that we're setting earlier, because I have a feeling we can reuse most of them. I believe I'm setting a application JSON, maybe. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not setting application JSON, but
maybe it's smart enough to just no.
So here it's going to be Courier token. I hope that's what I set. Actually, let me just pull this. You mind dropping my screen for just a second?
Yeah, 1 second. Hit the button.
Cool. And great. You're good to go.
Okay. And we're back.
Cool. So I was just checking that I named it Courier token, which I did. So we've got our first header, and then we can do, we're probably going to need to set the other ones as well.
Like the content type, or?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
You sound very, very confident about it.
I have not
tried it like this?
Well, yeah, I've not actually like built a request, like outside of using our client libraries in a long time. So, yeah, I'm sure it would appreciate application JSON being as since it's a content type.
Here, we have content type application JSON. Oh, great! I only need to change one thing. Perfect. Cool. So that's our new headers. And then I guess the last thing that we've got to do is actually set the body.
Yeah.
So,
and so this is going to be
that.
Is there missing an equal? Yeah.
It is. Look at me trying to be all smart and I fuck it up. So
it's fine. Yeah, so and then the body is just a JSON object with an event.
Yeah. Cool. So let's go take a look at what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that we've got it here. Maybe we can just copy paste this.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Taking
advantage of our kind of examples that the documentation is generating.
Oh, get rid of the stringification. Okay. Oh, this might yell at me because it might not be valid JSON, or it might be escaping stuff, or
it looks like it's always weird escaping things.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll
yeah,
figure it out.
I'll just leave it in quotes. It's totally fine.
Yeah, in the single quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for let's replace example underscore notification with what do we want to call this? Like we can name this whatever we want. I usually do it all uppercase with underscores because it
like that.
Yeah, sure. Or well, like I wouldn't make it channel specific. Let's just do MagTag notification.
Sure.
Because like the thing is, we can go back later and we can add other channels to send this out. So if we wanted to do like SMS or email or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, MagTag notification, that's good. For a recipient, let's make it something easier. So let's say we'll call it Discord underscore channel or because what we'll do is we will go back and we'll
update it later.
Yeah, we'll not update it later, but we'll add the profile to it. And then so for brand, let's just take that out.
Cool. We don't need it.
Nope, don't need that. For data, let's skip that for right now because we can remove the profile that comes after it.
Yeah. So get rid of the profile. Goodbye.
And then, so the data is all of the information from the blog post that we want to send over to Courier.
Where's this extra? Oh, there it is. Yeah. I was wondering why there was an extra quote. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. So I guess we can start pulling in things like, luckily we have all of this information stored. So like we can do, where is the title? Where did we set the title? Okay, so I didn't save it locally, which is fine. So we could do title equals, and let's make this just a string.
Yep.
And we can do that. And then we're going to need our URL. That'll be important. So here's string URL. And do you think it'd be helpful if we sent any other information besides the title and the link, or
let's
maybe the author?
Yeah, let's send the author and maybe the publish date, but like did you save the pretty one?
The nice version? Yeah, I can. I mean, if I didn't save it, I think I can get it back pretty quickly.
We could send over the one that we pulled before we parsed it, but it's a lot easier if you like format it before you send it over to us.
Exactly. So we got our blog URL, and then next we need author. So let's go. Yes, the date I did save nicely. So, and then string date and author string. Yep. And we're also dynamically making this author string in case it's multiple authors now. So
yeah,
we
that's
can
nice.
pull
Like
that
we do
too.
have the ability, like if you pass it over, if you pass like an array in the data, like we can do some fun stuff with that. But if you already have it formatted, like just send it over.
So let me go ahead and print the body just so we can see it. I love so one of the nice things, so right here on the left, for folks that missed yesterday's stream, I have my terminal just listening to the serial output on the MagTags, and anytime we make a save, it actually auto compiles and reloads the code. So every time I've been saving, you can actually see it because like about 20 or 30 seconds later, it'll flash the screen and go get a new event. Or a new thing, and so it is a little slow, but it's a nice thing, so I can make sure that like I haven't broken anything too badly while we work on it. Yeah, and then here's our JSON body, and hopefully this looks reasonable to me. I don't think this is bad JSON, but it might be. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Well,
Discord data.
It looks like. Wait, is there? I was like, is there a extra?
Yeah, there's a lot of quotes in here, which I don't really like. But we also don't have like JSON stringify in here, do we? Yeah, we're not importing JSON. So like the stringification of it, because that's really what the example is, right? Is it is a stringified version of JSON.
Right.
Yeah, see, even in here, it's like got the actual thing in. I think it should be okay. I think we should be able to leave this alone, and if it doesn't work, we can come back and we can fix it.
We can play with it. Like there's easy ways to figure it out. Tejas says maybe you can see an example in the Python tab. So the thing is, well, I don't know. Like, so if you go back to the documentation, and then you click on the Python tab, so that's using the request libraries.
Yeah.
But like if it's the same where it's so usually like that JSON equals payload, because in the regular request library you could pass the body.
That's a good point.
An object.
Like let's go take a look at what the Adafruit request library is doing, because I think Tejas might be right that the Adafruit request library is it's just taking a JSON dictionary. So I'm going to assume that they're doing the transformation, and so I think we should be safe to use regular JSON and then they do it, because like we can take a look at the query as well, because we're sending, when we make the request earlier, we're sending valid JSON across this query.
Right. So like we're actually sending a dictionary into that.
Yeah. So they must be doing the conversion on
so
their
instead
end.
of like trying to like force string.
Yeah, we can do it ourselves.
Yeah.
So Courier JSON. So hope this works, and recipient. I think we can actually copy paste most of this without issue.
Yeah, I think it's just the
data is going to be the messy one.
Yeah.
So we've got data. All right. Data, and then this is going to just be a regular old JSON object again. So we've got title, and this is going to be our thingy, our title. All right, and we've got our URL. It's going to be blog URL. We've got our author. And this is our author string. And then we've got our publish date. I'm going to need to do that too. And see our date, which is like the worst labeled thing in this entire project. That's okay. And then I think I just need to close the JSON body, which I do. And if this is great, yep. So this is valid JSON because it looks like it auto formatted it for me, which is amazing.
Excellent.
So, and there's no body, so it's going to fail. So let me resave it and just have it print the Courier JSON, and it should be fine.
This looks much nicer.
Code formatters, they're amazing. Who would have thought? They make streaming much better. So
oh yeah.
Awesome. So we've got our JSON. What's next?
Okay, so now we can actually make the request.
Cool.
So we can
do we want to do it in a button, or do we want to just do it like right now?
Oh, let's do it in a button.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and have it do it on the first button. So the A button, the buttons are labeled A, B, C, D.
Okay.
So let's do it on the A button. And why is this? There we go. Oh, I think I indented a little too much, but that's okay. Maybe black is doing that. So cool. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a... I'm going to turn a NeoPixel on just so we know that we get like a little confirmation that the A button is being pressed. So I'm going to do just the first one here. So 0 and 0. So we'll know that it's being pressed. This is actually something I'm curious about, is like if we'll need like some sort of like, hey, if the button has been pressed, like don't keep sending it, or if it's going to keep sending it like multiple times until we let go of the button. So
oh yeah.
So maybe
let's not send infinite requests.
Yeah, let me do a quick, I think there's an easy way to check this. So we can do a button A pressed equals false when we let go. If button A equals false, then we can allow it, or we can set it to true, and we'll only let the request happen here, and otherwise nothing will happen. That makes sense. And I guess I should set this outside of the loop as well to get started.
Okay.
With my, actually, let me move this down just to clean it up. Oop. So here's where we're setting the colors, and I can go ahead and just drop that to a little lower.
Excellent.
Great. Oh, button is true, and this should be a double equals. There we go. Cool.
All right.
All right, so we should make our request?
Yeah, let's make our request.
Great.
What's going to happen is it's going to return an object with a message ID.
Yeah.
Those are good to keep a hold of if you're wanting to, check for anything that the provider is returning back, or if you want to check status later. So let's say it's an email and you want to know if it's been delivered or clicked programmatically. But for us, we can just ignore it. So all we need to do is just make the request. So like for one of my Discord bots, I do a thing where it does a notification to the channel using Courier, and I want to get the ID of the message that it sent so I can reply to it, or I could even replace it later. And so I have to do some fun things with the messages API. So I need that ID, but we don't.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, I can still print out the response.json since we'll have it.
Yeah, that might be nice to see. Because what we'll do is after you hit the button, we'll just go into your Courier and go into your logs, and we'll see it come in.
All right, I'm going to let the thing re-go. So I have a little, when it prints the JSON, we know that it'll be good to go, and we can press the button. So what in theory should happen for folks that are just joining us is we're going to press this button. It's going to light up one of the pixels, and then it's going to send a request. And I imagine it'll hold the light on until the request is complete. And so if the request is faster, and it'll only let the request happen once per button press. So there we go. I'm going to press it. Maybe we can make the thing a little bigger.
Yeah, let's see, what button is that? How do
I used because it's a webcam. I used yep, there we go.
Yeah, solo layout.
All right. You ready for this?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Nothing happened.
Oh, thanks for the drum roll. Okay, so let's.
Oh, there we go. We got a response though.
Shoot.
We got 2 responses actually, and they look like they're different responses as well. If we pull up the terminal.
Okay. So we've got. Oh, we did. Yeah, we got 2 message IDs.
Yeah. Maybe I can throw a sleep function in there so we can see the actual colors for a little bit.
Oh yeah, might be a good idea.
So maybe I'll make the response happen first. So response, and then we can throw sleep for like maybe 2 seconds, and that should, in theory, I think, make it so the color will stay up
long enough for our eyes to perceive.
Yeah. And let me get rid of this sidebar because it's hard to read. So yeah, button color is going to equal 255. We're doing it to the first neopixel. We're setting the button press is true, so it won't rerun this. And all right, so
Okay.
saving, wait for the thing to recompile, not recompile, re-execute.
And I will switch it so we see this. Did you hit it twice last time? Is that why we saw 2?
Yeah. I did hit it twice.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't like running away. I used to work for SparkPost, and we were just sending email. So I've really really moved up in the world. Like now I can send more than just email with Courier. But I had somebody who used us for a hackathon, and then they came back because they found us at an event, and they were like, "Did you raise the number of free messages that we could send out?"
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no, yeah, we went from 10,000 to 100,000 because we're crazy, and they're like, "Oh, okay," because like we decided to like use it 6 months later, and we had a while loop that ran wild, and like we sent out like 50,000 messages, and we were so afraid that we were going to get a bill. So yeah.
Well, I mean, we got another message ID, but the light didn't go. So let me just double check how I'm doing it earlier. MagTag.peripheral neopixel disabled equals false. And I guess I can just, yeah, it does work on the other button, the light. Here, you know what? Why am I trying to re-execute this? I'm lazy. I don't need to do this. I can just toss a for loop in here. The for loop that I did earlier.
Oh yeah, so it'll just cycle.
And this should be a little higher. This should be a little higher, and I'll get rid of the sleep function.
So it's gonna cycle it and then do the response.
Yes.
The request.
Yeah, in theory. I don't think there's probably a way to do it async, but
well, since you signed up with your own Courier account,
we can, I guess, go take a look.
10,000 messages. So if it goes wild, then we're gonna have to pick this up. What March?
Yeah, or just ping the support team and be like, "Hey, I accidentally ran wild. Could you help me?" Oh man.
Okay, are we ready to? Let's see.
Yeah, it's still going. I mean, maybe while we wait, we could take a look at the Courier website because it says it's starting the loop. All right, sorry, I called it too early.
Oh.
Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'm going to start by just checking the right button. Cool, so the right button works.
I see lights.
All right, left button. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And there we go, and it made the request. That's awesome.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh, I hardly ever switch between like other things, so woohoo!
Lights are fun.
We are all excited.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let's now that we've done like 4 or 5 requests, let's go take a look at them inside Courier. So if you want to switch over to your Courier account,
cool. So here's Courier,
and if you go to the little database looking icon on the left,
my favorite icon,
that is the data icon, and so it throws you into messages, which is the logs, and you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those.
Which sounds about right.
Yeah. And
Cool.
if we click on one of them, so it will have a message ID, and
Yeah.
that will correspond to the message ID that is being returned.
Yeah.
So you can even like, I think, filter by it.
Yeah. I see 1601 E19, 1601 E19. Cool.
But if you click over underneath the timeline, there's the event received.
The timeline.
Oh, sorry. So inside that, yeah. And,
oh, here we go.
yeah,
Event
timeline,
received.
event received, and you can actually see everything that we passed over.
Data.
So there's the event ID, there's the recipient ID, and then the data that we passed over. So you can just make sure that that all came over great.
Yeah.
And then you'll notice that it's not delivered. And if you click on that not delivered, it's basically going to tell you there's no notification mapped. Yep. So the next thing we would want to do is actually create a notification. So we can do it.
Do we need to hook Discord up first, or can we just click map to notification?
Let's go ahead and create. Well, let's hook up Discord because you don't have the integration. So let's go to the integrations and go and find Discord in that list. It's in the top row.
Top row.
It's purple.
Yes. Alphabetical.
Or lilac. I don't know what theirs is. And so earlier I gave him access to Pigeonbot's bot token, which he is entering now.
I was just double checking that it was a password.
Oh yeah. We will not be leaking this token, but I can always go back into Discord and regenerate it. So
you joke about that, but I did accidentally reveal a bunch of webhooks, like production webhooks on stream yesterday. They've all been rotated. So anyone who's watching yesterday or is thinking, hey, I can go take a look at Shai's production webhooks, they're all gone. That's done. So I had a very stern talking to from our security folks, and that's fixed. So.
It's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so what we did is we just we installed the integration for Discord, and all it takes is a bot token. Mm-hmm. And so you can get that inside of the Discord developer console. You just create an app and you create a bot as part of that. And then you get the bot token. If you want to switch back to the docs real quick.
Yeah.
So I tried to document all this out. If you go up at the top to integration guides, and then scroll down and find direct message integrations, and then Discord there at the top over there. So this kind of tells you about the different Discord bot requirements. What we do is we send on behalf of a bot. Mm-hmm. And so if you don't have one, you need to make one. And if you've just made one, in order for Discord API endpoints to work, it has to hit the gateway at least once. And so my little hack is just running this node script. So npm installing Discord.js and running this little script and then stopping it. And then that fulfills all the requirements you need to be able to use the API endpoints against it. Mm-hmm. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
But you've already taken care of it in this instance, right?
I did. Yeah. Because we have this bot running inside Courier. And I played around with Discord.js. So it's running, it's hit the gateway. We're good to go with this one. But just something, if you're trying this at home and you want to, use Discord, this is just something that needs to be done. But come to this document. And if you have any trouble, jump into our Discord and let me know, and I will update the document.
That makes sense. You've got the link to the setup documentation.
Oh, I could have had you set that. Yeah.
I feel like it might be useful to actually just include it as a little thing, hey, make sure you run it, because people might be weirded out. But a little text box, hey, you need to run a script at least once. But
I need to check, because I think we were looking to actually put that as a friendly error message that comes back if it can't.
That makes sense.
Has it hit the gateway? So there's that. But if we scroll down a little bit more, so it talks about the scopes that you need, because not only do you need a Discord bot, it needs to be installed into a server. Sure. The cool thing about Discord applications is they're kind of global, and you can install them into multiple servers. Yeah. And there is there's a way to install it with the correct scopes, and so that's already done. But the next thing that we're going to be doing is setting up what our profile needs to look like. And so there's sending a message to the channel, and all we need to actually grab is the channel ID. Yeah. So we'll be doing that here in a minute. Cool. And then there's some overrides and things like that. But check out the documentation. It's fairly straightforward to get up and running.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So we've created that integration. Let's go ahead and create the recipient profile that we're going to use.
Yeah. So
and to do that, we need to use the Profile API. And I'm trying to think what's the easiest way to do that, because it doesn't work quite right through the, like if you're trying to use the execute through the docs.
Mm-hmm.
Like do you have like Insomnia or?
I have Postman installed.
Postman? Actually, this is good. If you go to postman.com/courier.
Yeah, we can do that.
We have a Postman collection out.
That's very helpful.
Yes. I actually just updated it. So yeah, the latest collection, the Courier API.
And I have the desktop agent. Can you open it?
You should be able to.
Oh no, hold on. This is something a little different. It's okay. I can just use the web.
Oh yeah, the web works too. And so
it'll just pull up in.
So I think it has to do with like the version of Postman that you have. Like if you don't have the latest version, then like the web version doesn't sync up.
Sorry, give me 1 sec. No, I don't want marketing updates. Don't hit that. Okay, we're gonna leave this alone for now, and I guess we'll just use the web interface because it seems to be working.
Okay.
So.
One thing that you'll probably want to do is go into the environment. Is there? Do you have one? Okay, cool. So if you click on that, I would add your auth token in there.
Yeah.
Variable, and I can take your screen off to do that.
Yes, that would be.
So I will remove your screen while you add a variable for your auth token.
All right. How do we add a row? Is there a new row button? I'm not used to the web version.
I don't know.
It looks like I can't modify this.
That's weird. Well, you can probably. Can you duplicate the environment?
Yeah, I could probably do.
I wonder if it's because. I wonder it's because you're in our.
Oh, I'm in your public space. Yeah, let me
like
copy it. Is there an easy copy?
Oh, they just changed everything.
Yeah. Courier API. Create a fork. All right, I guess I'm creating a fork. So.
Sure.
Damn it, Shy already exists. I bet this is actually me. So.
Here I thought this was going to be the easiest way.
Yeah.
Like before, there used to be like add the Courier collection, and you could just run it.
Skip for now. All right, environments, GitHub. Oh, I'm glad I'm not on screen because I don't know what that's for. New environment, Courier. And then it was the auth token?
Yeah.
Does it matter how it's spelled or just?
I think it's. I don't remember what we put it in as. My Postman. It is, so there's auth_token.
Yep. Auth_token. And then that's going to be that bearer token from earlier.
Yeah. So just what we put in your secrets file.
Got it.
And then there's a base_URL variable.
Yep.
Which is https://api.courier.com.
Yep. It's base_URL.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, I got distracted by something. It's just the same one from the Courier docs.
Yeah, it's the same auth token.
Cool. Let me just go to the.
The base URL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Cool. Why I tried that. You can't have www and just copy paste it from here. Endpoint. Here we go. This thing, right?
Just let me know when you're ready for the screen to be shared again.
I don't know if you can see it in double. I guess we're just gonna have to trust me and make sure that I'm right or didn't fuck it up. But cool. I think we should be good to go.
Okay, I'm gonna add you back.
In worst case, I can just deauthorize my token really quickly.
So if we go down into the Profiles API.
Yep. Profiles.
Let's do the post.
Got it.
And it's really small.
Yeah, I can fix that.
So for the query params, for the variable param for the value, we want to put in the value that we send over for the recipient ID.
Yeah. So this thing.
So that's going to be what did we call it? Discord_channel.
Yeah, I think we can just go take a quick look in the database, right?
Yeah, just go open one of those up and hit event received.
Discord_channel.
Yep. So that's the recipient ID that we need to create. Yep. And then if we go over into body.
Yep.
We need to.
That's funny.
Yeah, you can actually put JSON in there, so I don't know why it's escaped like that. So let's get rid of everything. Let's get rid of that string, and then let's do an open curly. And then inside there, we want.
Is this the same thing as this thing?
Yeah. Actually, yes.
Can we just copy paste it?
Yeah, let's copy paste it, and then we'll go find the channel.
So just like that.
Yep. And you can hit beautify if you want.
Phenomenal.
Yes. Okay, so let's go to your Discord client.
Yeah.
And one thing that we did before we started is we turned on developer mode in Discord. And what that allows us to do is right click on channels and copy the ID. So it makes it really easy if you need to get that information. So let's, do you have access to Beboop?
We could do it in show and tell.
Let's do it in show and tell. Yeah. Let's give that channel some love.
Okay.
And so we're just going to right click, copy the ID from there, and we're going to put that right into the
there we go,
into the channel. And so hopefully if you send this, sending the request
unauthorized, do we maybe need to set the headers? I don't.
It should be like if you click on authorization, it should say like inherit. Okay.
It's using a bearer token from the Courier collection.
So like if you click on that, I think that will take you, and it will take you to the
auth token, unresolved variable. Maybe I said it wrong. You mind taking me off screen again really quickly?
Yep.
Courier auth token. How does it know what? Did I set the environment somewhere?
Like there's a little drop down that sets what environment.
Oh, yep. That would be it. That would probably do it. Let me try it again.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you ready?
Yep, I think I'm good. Okay. Yeah. So just off screen, I just picked the Courier drop down.
Okay.
Because I hadn't done that. And there we go.
Hey,
we got a success.
That is success. And so now if you were to go to the Git, like underneath Profiles API.
Yeah, this one.
And then change your recipient ID to the what Discord. We did before, Discord_channel, I believe.
Yeah. You just
to double check that it got set.
Consistent spelling is the hardest part about programming, or at least for me it is. Yep, and there we go. We got a channel ID.
Excellent. Okay, so it came back with our channel ID. Now let's go and create a notification.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I guess we could do it straight from here, right?
Well, so that's a mapping, but I don't. We don't actually have one to map it to.
Yeah.
So let's go to the paint palette. And let's create a new notification. And let's name it. Right now it's named Untitled Notification up in the left, upper left.
That makes sense. Should probably change it to MagTag.
Yeah, that works. And then while we're in here, let's go to events on the left. And if you hit the little drop down,
there we go.
There we That's so cool. And like I discovered this when I was on the stream last time with Riley, and Riley's actually the one that did it. So it knows that there is an unmapped event because we sent in before we did it. And so you can just select it instead of trying to type it in. Okay, so we can close that. And so now whenever we send it to that event, it's going to know it's this notification. And it's got a name. So let's go over to add channel.
Got it.
And let's choose Discord. Yep. And then go over to the left and click on Discord underneath channels. And we can start building out the notification. So we have different tools there. We've got text box, image block, actions, etc. So let's add a text block.
Oh, so something interesting. We can actually, let me go ahead and send over the intro, because that is actually Markdown. I don't know if we actually, maybe this was a thing we ran into last time we streamed together, but like, does it pick up the,
so because we're sending it to Discord and Discord uses Markdown, it should translate Markdown, but there are some subtle differences between like Discord Markdown and like GitHub flavored Markdown, and so it just really depends. And but I think like the basics are covered.
I'm gonna just toss it in there just so we can when we can add that the next time we make a request. But okay, so new text block. So this is going to be our title probably. Right?
Yeah. So let's do. Just get rid of that, and then you can just type open curly title, close curly.
Cool.
And you can highlight that, and like, so if you highlight it, is it?
It's highlighted.
There we go. So you can actually like make it bold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Since it's a title, I don't know. And then let's add another block.
Cool. So
let's
another block I get, or guess, or
yeah, the T there. That's good. And then what do we want to show?
The date and the author. Oh,
yeah, the date and the author.
So this is me trying to do a 4-fingered like swipe. I should just. So we got title, we got author, and
I think you might have to. Did it pick that up? Okay. I don't think it picked it up. Can you? There we go.
Double curly did.
Oh, so whenever you hit that button, it puts curlies around it. Yeah. But I think what happened is you did curly, and then you paste it in the middle. And I think it's looking for like curly something and then curly to highlight it. So if it's not highlighting in green in these blocks, then it's probably not picked it up. Nice. Okay. And then do you want to put it on the same line? Like you can put it on a line. This is all part of the design part that.
I guess we can do maybe the date here, and then
I think it's published on this date,
like that. Yeah. So it'll be.
I think it's published
date. Yep. Published date, and then we need a link as well. So maybe it makes sense to use Markdown for that first one.
For what?
For the title.
So Discord doesn't support header.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It supports like a subset of Markdown.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So let's. Okay, so we got the header, and then like I would just add another text block and just put the link like as itself, because then it will unfurl it.
Yep, that makes sense. URL is what we used.
Let's. We're putting something else.
No. That was just me clicking around a little too much.
So I would go ahead and hit publish changes up in the corner.
Yep.
Now let's see if we can go back to the data, because this is something that's really cool. Is we can use what we had to create a test event. So like click on that, and then down at the bottom hit save as test event.
Yeah.
Did it work?
It is not giving me any notification.
Now if we go back into that notification.
Yeah.
And then go to preview. It did not work. Okay, so just go ahead and hit create test event, and what we'll do is we'll just copy and paste it out.
Cool. That sounds good. I'm just gonna go ahead and send it a new thing, because I added that introduction, and I guess maybe we can try it and see if it works.
Yeah, so that would just be, I think, introduction.
Introduction. Go, gets picked up, publish the changes.
All right.
And then we go to.
Oh, did it send?
Oh, it sent it already.
Oh, I mean, we're just that good. So if we
take a look at Discord, yeah, it worked.
Yeah, so it didn't pick up.
That's okay.
Something. Oh, it's because I think that's probably a space for the introduction.
The preview. So let me go ahead and actually save this as a test event. Oh, yeah. There it worked. Now it's saved.
Nice. Okay. So now whenever we go in to that notification and go to preview, you can always change the name of that event, but it kind of shows you. So it's gonna preview it in Markdown.
Yeah.
And so you can see where the first the title is actually bolded. It's got the double asterisk, and then there is that.
Yeah.
It's because if you go back to design, you have a space in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get rid of that
line.
I don't know. There it is.
There we go.
Publish changes, preview it, and there we go. It's all one line.
Yeah, I think what we want to do is we want to drag the URL to the bottom.
Yeah, we could do that.
And so you can just click and drag that around.
Publish.
And
looks good. Do we want to send it?
Well, we want to send it from our device.
Yeah, we can do it that way.
So let's. Do you have? Do you want to pull up Discord into that channel?
Absolutely. Here we go.
So here's the one that we did, and so you're going to hit the button.
I'm really glad we added the lights. I feel like it makes a big difference. There we go. That's awesome. It doesn't look like the URL is doing the embed though, and I think we have social stuff there. Oh, there. Oh.
So what's interesting? Oh, never mind. That's the. So I got confused between the old because it was Courier or because Pigeonbot sent things like in a row. It doesn't like redo the Pigeonbot thing. But yeah, I don't know why that's not unfurling. Huh. But cool.
Yeah, this is pretty great.
Yeah, I feel like the second line needs something.
Yeah.
And actually, what we could probably do for the introduction is we could use a quote block and then just throw the introduction into that. So that way it would have like the little quote line.
Yeah, we could do that.
So let's add. So let's get out of that block.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there's an easy way to convert it, but
no. And then the introduction, and so that picked that up.
Cool.
Drag that around.
Those changes. We can preview it. And then I guess
so it just puts the little.
And then I'll hit the button again.
Oh, pull up Discord.
There we go. We got it.
Yeah. So now the introduction is inside of a quote block. So we got like a nice little formatting, and then we've got the link.
Funny. I should probably figure out why that's. Oh, it should be an O1, I think. That's something I can fix. Right?
So maybe that's why it's not unfurling.
Yeah. Like, what am I doing when I make that URL?
Let's check it out.
Oh, it's because I'm doing it as an integer. I'm converting it to an integer, and it should be a string. That's what the problem is. Let me stop making that as an integer and instead make this a string. So drop the int thing on day, month, I guess. And here I can just here. I think that should actually be all that we need to fix it.
You're making that an int?
Yeah, so if it's like on the 4th day of the month, it'll cut it.
But we don't want it to be 04?
We do for Courier, but for like actually displaying it to the user, I don't think we do.
Oh, okay. I mean, we can try it.
Sorry. No, this is the wrong place that I'm doing this. Yeah. Okay. You're totally right. Yeah, and we're gonna have the same problem, I think, with the month as well. Because yeah, we do have to. So I'm doing a little array just to get the month, and so I do need to typecast the month to int.
Well, it's not the stir date that's the problem. It's
the
URL.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of me converting it to an int up here, I'm converting it to an int down here because I'm
Okay.
using it
Well,
to
I still
grab
think that's the
my.
wrong place.
Yeah.
You don't want stir date.
Yeah.
No, you want the blog URL.
Yeah, no, I undid it. So originally this was
Okay.
being like when I grabbed the month and the day, I was casting it to an int. So what I've done is I've dropped it from that. So it'll now be a string because we're getting like 04 or 12 or
Okay.
something like that. So I think this should work. And then I'm just casting it to an int when I produce the actual like published January 2nd or January 2
Oh,
rather
okay.
than January 02.
Sure.
If that makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. So let it compile. And we're going to get a new blog post as well since we reran the code.
Oh, that's right.
But I think this is just a weird edge case. Making the blog query. Oof, there we go. This is our blog post. It's our MagTag loop. So it's our Courier JSON. I guess I can drop that. We don't need to print it anymore. I'm pretty confident that this works. Oh no, I hit say. Oh, damn it.
I was say, yeah, it's going to reload again.
Sorry, people, for watching. We didn't need to watch it recompile.
That's just the fun of working with IoT.
Yeah, it reminds me of my like Visual Basic 95 days when I was learning to code.
It's part of life. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, this is an interesting one. So I don't know if you can see the MagTag itself, but we're sending HTML over it, like normal HTML. So I need to probably strip that, but it's not a huge deal. All right, I'm gonna press the button.
Wait, you want to? Yeah, let's switch your view here.
It is very fast. So.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh no! Did we maybe get an error?
What did you do?
What did I do?
I mean, we can always go into
message, unexpected end of JSON input, invalid request type. What did I do?
Oh no!
What did I break? Date. Huh.
It's not capital D for stir date, is it? No, you didn't do that.
I didn't change that at all.
Change that.
Let me just undo the published January 21. Can we take a look at will there be like information why it failed here?
I don't. Yeah, it didn't. Well, it didn't actually.
Yeah,
it didn't actually get this far.
Huh. Let me try it again. Syntax error in JSON. Well, that's useful. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe we don't need to cast it. Let me get rid of the intage and see if that. Yeah, what did I break? Because I did break something. Shoot, let me get rid of
It's like we don't have we're not using like a source control. We can't do it.
No, I mean I still have Control Z, and we only changed one thing, which was the publish date. It's just publish date. So here's what we changed. So let me go ahead and print out our blog URL, and then let's print stir date. And then let's go ahead and print the Courier JSON that I'm sending and see if I made it not legit JSON, which is totally possible. Cool. Hit save. Should auto reload, which it's doing. Oh, there's a new comment. Let's see what that is. Part of life.
Yeah.
Very true. There's our link, and this should actually work. Yep, it does, because we've got the 05 and the 08. So it's giving us the proper thing. And then our JSON here should be valid JSON. We can just toss it in a JSON linter.
That's it.
It is not valid JSON. Why is that?
It's like it's what, that single quotes.
Did I forget to put a comma? I did put a comma there.
It says
Event MagTag notification expected string got undefined. Maybe it needs. That is weird. This seems like valid JSON to me.
Are they single quotes?
Yeah, they are single quotes. Do they need to be double quotes?
Yeah, like that's valid. Valid JSON is double quotes.
Oh gosh. Well,
how did that happen?
I don't know. That's I guess just how it's being printed when we
maybe.
Python print it. Well, let's send it and see what happens. Yeah. Maybe that's weird. Why would that be the new error? Like we didn't mess with the notification at all.
Huh.
I don't know what's going on there. And I don't know why us changing the string would have broken it. I mean, I can do a quick, like, this isn't really quick. It's a faster way to do this. And replace. And where is find and replace? Change all occurrences to, nope.
If you hit,
there we go.
Command F, and then you hit the little drop down next to it. Oh, you got it.
Ramp up your productivity. Ah, maybe there. No, wait, what? The title is being escaped for some reason. So let's go undo that and take a look at the title more.
The title is being
ramp up your. What? Oh, it can. No, that's my fault.
Was there an apostrophe?
There was an apostrophe. It converted the apostrophe. So like we can take a look at it here.
Oh.
So it's this one. Here's how to do it, and it's an apostrophe. Maybe it's escaping that apostrophe? That's weird. Yeah, it's weird because this is actually in double quotes here when it outputs it for us. But this one is in single quotes. I am not sure. Maybe this is just a data sanitization error that we're having.
Maybe.
Yeah. Unexpected end of JSON because we're getting different.
Restart it. Get it to pull a different. Get it to pull a different blog post.
Yeah, I can do that. We got to find one without. Oh shoot! You know what I did? I restarted the. Yeah, that's fine. I can fix that.
I was like, oh no, we just needed to recompile.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I'm dumb. All right, let me just reopen CircuitPy. Open. There we go. Was there an apostrophe? Curious. Yeah, I'm curious too. Published November 22nd, 2019. That's right. The URL is correct, or it should work in theory, because that's how we build our URLs. It's just dates and then the slug. Oh, this is a big one. Introduction. Oh, this is a long introduction. You know what? Something I can do that we're doing when we're sending this to the actual mag tag is we're only sending 170 characters. So let me go ahead and just do that because that might help when we have these like giant introductions. Make it 170. Let me send it before I save it. See if it does a success. Oh, yeah.
Did it
still failed?
What? We had like the perfect blog post.
Yeah, we had it working, and now it's not. And I'm very confused as to why. Because this is a valid dictionary, and then Courier's doing Adafruit is doing the conversion for us with the request. We're sending Courier JSON. We're sending the headers. We're making a post. Yeah, I don't know why the fact that we didn't do the integer thing is the thing that broke it. Because that's not, like, that's the only thing that we changed. And I guess I don't quite understand why that is the specific thing that broke this, you know?
Oh, now it's...
Yeah, this is really weird. I mean, I guess it could undo it. I can undo what we did.
Like, do you think it's something that we did, or do you think it's something coming from the data, coming back from Contentful?
I don't quite know here, which is the annoying part, I guess, is that I am unsure. But let me go ahead and, I mean, this is going to break the URL, but that's fine for right now. I'm okay with that. Like, it'll only work in the last 2 months of the year, which is fine. So we're...
Right. Well, the last 3.
Yeah, the last 3 months of the year, the URL will work. But let's undo this. And then we got rid of the ints from this stringage. So let me save this and...
let that recompile.
Yeah, if this fixes it, I'm going to be so confused.
Yeah, I am interested to see if we get like a working URL, if it will unfurl it correctly, because it's probably getting back a 404, and Discord's like, eh.
Not worth it. Yeah, I bet we don't even have like the open graph filled. Okay, so this is a valid URL. It's 1023, so this will work.
Okay.
Okay, and there's our loop. So there's our Discord. We've updated it, and I'm gonna hit the button.
You want to pull up Discord?
Yeah, let me do that.
Oh,
and it worked. This makes no sense to me. I don't know why this changed it, or this is the thing. So
awesome. And what's funny is whenever it unfurls, like it just spits out that well, maybe it didn't. Like,
no, it did. Totally did. It put the right
but
thing.
I'm saying like the introduction. So the introduction is something different than the open data graph.
Yeah.
Blurb.
Yeah.
But hey, so save that issue with the URL. Yeah. I think we did it.
Yeah, this works. It definitely works. So
yeah. So so when we hit a button, it's going to make that call to Courier, and it's going to use the recipient profile that we created using Postman, and it's going to send that out to the Courier Discord into the Show and Tell channel. So yeah,
I'm very confused though.
Right, like we'll have to like figure out what's going on off the stream, and we'll let everybody know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty. I'm gonna switch this back to here because I think we're doing pretty well for today. Yeah,
I mean we did this in like an hour and 15. I feel like this was a good time. So
and like a lot of that I think is talking. So like doing this hooking up Courier for like the first time, or setting up your location. It's really, I think we could have done it in like half the time. But yeah, pretty good. Is there anything else that you would like to plug? You want to let people know where to find you on the internet?
Yeah, so I mean, you don't have to follow me on Twitter or anything unless you want to, but I'm Shai Ruparel on Twitter. Just like that. I mostly just tweet good morning and good night, and that's it. So wish you a good morning at whenever I wake up. Wish you a good night when I go to bed. And then if you're looking to learn about Contentful, our developer portal is the best place to go. So that's contentful.com/developers or contentful.dev. If it works, which it looks like it is not. There we go, contentful.com/dev. And so this is links to like our documentation, our Slack, and just like we did yesterday, we do streams every Tuesday, and we have all sorts of fun guests join us. And so you can find links to our upcoming live streams as well. Adrian, I'm gonna have to convince you to come back as well. We've got to find another reason to hang out some more.
Let's do it.
Yeah, like we stream on Tuesdays, and we'd love to see what y'all are interested in, or if you're looking to learn about Contentful, we'd love to help out. We've got our Slack as well that you can join. It's not as fun as a Discord, but maybe soon we'll have it be MagTag powered as well. So
ooh, yeah, we could. I mean, another thing that we can do is we can hook this up to where the MagTag can post to a Slack channel as well.
Yeah, one of the things I was hoping we would be able to do is maybe have like a second, like the second button sends it to Slack or something like that. So
yeah, we could definitely do that. Yeah. Interesting things to do in the future.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, this is a lot of fun, Adrian. I really enjoyed it. So
I think the next one of these is going to be in 2 weeks on the Wednesdays, same time, same channel. But until then, thanks everyone who came out, and we'll talk to you later.
See y'all soon.